Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna try that again. Little hump, little ridge. I'm pushing down, but then I'm pulling into the pad, and it's lowered and feathered. One more. Lowered and feathered. See, that ridge is now gone, and those things feathered out nicely at the center line. So I didn't really thin, but still, I'm addressing issues. You see my little point? Isn't that cute? I didn't say isn't that good. I said isn't it cute? I know how y'all think. Y'all think you can just sit there at home and think stuff about me and I won't know, but I know. All right, let's see. I got the same kind of issue right here on the back end. I got a lot of thickness right there. I may need to flute this sucker. Yep, I may need to flute this sucker. Behold my beer and watch this crap. That's like the last words of a lot of rednecks. And I will say something to y'all out there. If any of you are rednecks, that's fine. I got no problem with that. But if you value your friends, quit daring them to do crap and standing back and watching to see what happens. I realize that's good entertainment, but dang. You go on YouTube and oh my gosh, the crap you see people doing. Uh-oh, that almost was a... I felt that sting my finger. I forget sometimes not to support underneath too much. Because see, they do roll over. That one went to right there. And if it had gone a tiny bit more, that would have been an overshot. So you kind of gotta pinch the edge against the leather, but not stick your finger. You don't have to support it like you support it to make your stuff run when you're not on leather. Like with a notch pad, you don't need to support it as much. Because especially when, you know, you're making something tiny, well, not when you make something tiny, when you've got something that's kind of close to where you want it to be. Okay, I don't know if you can see this problem area here, but there's a thick area right there, and there's a ridge kind of coming to it there, and I'm coming along here. Well, I'm going to skip this, jump over there, and see what I can do, and that's right at the center line, but I'm working off of leather, so with any luck, I can pull in on it. Nope. Failed on the platform, and I kind of saw that that wasn't very good. The platform just crushed, which really doesn't have, I don't think it's because it was at the center line so much as it was, it just wasn't sturdy. Do a little re-sharpening here, tiny bit. All right. So when you screw up like that, you go somewhere else. I'm going to try and angle back this way a little bit so my, what I'm trying to do is create an isolation. Go back this way a little bit to where it doesn't flare too wide that way, and just kind of border this thing. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then when I've got it kind of controlled so that maybe it'll run good instead of flaring, I mean, that's a ridge anyway, but the other thing is I'm going to use this ridge here. I'm going to move this ridge over and not work that at all. I'm just going to leave that because I'd have to lose too much width to remake that. So I'm going to go here and go that way a little bit. So see how that ridge moved over a little bit towards this here? I gotta watch it and not come too much farther with that right now. I'm gonna go down here and do something first. It doesn't hurt to get stuff off your ends anyway. Crap. Did I lip it? No, not really. All right, this has got to be a good flake because I still got a bunch of thickness here and I got to do something. Uh-oh. Did I blow off the other side? No. I really got this too close to the center line though. My God, look at the hump I've got now. I really lowered it a lot on this end, but you can see it's like it's like it's in the Everglades, and it's a python in the Everglades, and it has swallowed a deer. And it wasn't no deer that it swallowed, it was a yes deer, which is a much bigger problem. Wow, I make stuff up a lot. What I've started doing is I go back and I watch all these videos at like double speed before I post them. And that way I know I didn't say anything that, you know, is like really, really, really bad. Or I mean, I hope that I didn't. Or if I did, at least I didn't know it twice instead of knowing it once. You know, having a big old chewy spot on a video rock is wrong, wrong, wrong. I cannot believe that I got that big old knot and I'm not even flaking abo. How is this possible? By the way, sometimes you just end up with chewy spots in your rock, and I'm not using that as an excuse on this particular instance. I'm just telling you, the fact that you got a good rock, see that ran all the way over to here and lowered all that, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. The fact that you got an otherwise good rock don't mean you can't have a really bad spot in that good rock. Well, I got rid of quite a bit of it. I still would have liked that to come, well, I'll just do it from this side over here, I guess. It'd be good if I finished my sentences since y'all don't know what I'm saying, or what I'm thinking. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Got a little steppiness and little platey things there that's messing with my karma. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just don't want to lose more width. But although, you know, sharp is sexy, so I guess I could. But I think first I'm going to try and attack a couple of different ways. I'm going to go from this side, try maybe 2 flakes and see what happens. I got some of it. I don't know if you saw it, but when I did it, I rolled it backward at a little bit of an oblique angle, and I kind of curved it so it didn't go straight in. It came over to here. And now this one, if this one works, then problem solved. If it doesn't work, I'll probably be crying. That's problem solved. Now I did get more of a divot there than I wanted, but I got rid of all that little flaky flatiness thing, or flaky platiness thing. Flaky flatiness? Oh my God, I'm becoming dyslexic. Don't you think that's a cute little point? I would say, well, no, it's not cute because it isn't fluted. Fine, I'll try and flute it. Fine. Try pan-fluted. Just remember, you made me do this. If this thing gets totally ruined, think we know who we're mad at. Wow. Not a lot of area to hold on to on here, is there? Sometimes I'll turn my pad around backwards when I'm having trouble supporting something. All right, y'all. Wow. This looks dicey to me. Looks sketchy and dicey. Not and dicey as in and ice, but I'm sniffing more than usual because I've got a whole snoot full of pollen. It's a problem. Okay, look, this is getting serious. I've been working on this thing now for, you know, quite a while, and it means a lot to me. And y'all are gonna hate me, but I'm remaking this platform, and I'll show you why. I've got kind of a high spot right here, and the platform is kind of off to the side, and it's kind of squared off at the back, and it just isn't optimal for what I'm trying to do. And you learn after you make a few wrong and try to use them anyway and think, oh yeah, that's good enough. That sometimes good enough ain't. Get that little knife edge off of it. But then make sure that your grind, your angle, the platform is beveled. A lot of people do that with a flaker. And you say, well, you know, how hard are you going to hit this thing? It's a small rock. It ain't like it's going to go very far. Like, well, I know that. But the problem is it is a small rock. It has low to no mass. And I have to hit it pretty good to try and get it to do anything. So, is that where y'all can see? Yeah, probably. All right, wish me luck. I want to get it lined up right. You see it? Ran to there. And it ran a little bit off center. And you know, when it's this narrow, it's kind of hard to make sure that, you know, you don't get any of this action going. And then you also got to make sure that when you hit, like, you don't want your leg pulling it one way or the other. You get it lined up perfectly and don't get it off to the side. But then when you hit, don't get like this or like that either. It's straight down, or it's slightly inward. If you want to give a little more oomph or something, you can hit slightly toward the piece, but it's got to be straight down. You don't want to make it roll, and it will roll. If you just are a little bit off on your levelness, it will roll. Okay, so where's my, oh. Alright, so now I got to lose some length because I got this all wrong here, unfortunately. Just got to do what you got to do. And don't be trying to fudge this stuff and use your abrader to reshape an area too much, because you'll stiffen it too much. I'm going to try and get a little more convexity here before I do this other one. I just need to adjust it. It's really common after you can stage your work however you want to, but I try and have the second face kind of ready, but if it isn't perfect, I don't sweat it as long as I see that I have enough width left to go ahead and flake some on it. Can you see how cool and good that convexity is right now? That's some of the best convexity you've seen if you've been watching my videos, because I've been rushing and doing some pretty bad preforming just to show techniques, but I haven't been trying to like show them well. But that's actually real smooth. The leather helps with smoothness. I mean, once you learn how to use it to where you're not stepping out in it, it just kind of makes things go smooth and feather. Alright, so that's alright. So now I'll try and isolate these things a little bit. Outward. Remember not to pinch your platform. It's outward, because those things flare. All right, well, part of one of the reasons I'm doing this is I saw somebody posted on Arrowheadology the other day, a topic saying something about small clovises. Why were there small clovises? Well, there's a number of reasons why there would be small clovises. Broken, reworked stuff and all kinds of things. What time is it? 18 minutes. What the heck, I'll hit this one. Alright, you ready? Can't be hesitant. Gotta do it. That one ran off to the side a little bit too. I don't know what's with it running off to the side, but it ran to there. You see it? So it's bifluted. Now, you say to yourself, well, you know, man, I don't really like that ran off to the side like that. You know, I want it to be perfect, and you told me it was going to be fine. You know what? If you're going to be that way, I'm going to flute it again. Show you. I need to straighten up my little ridge there. You don't like it? Hey, we'll just do a double flute. Fine. Oh, I'll be right back.